series.
Thank you, Freak. And guys, that was a pretty dominating victory early from Evil Geniuses. It just took them a little while to close out. As far as EG, we think back to the last promotion tournament. They weren't looking too good coming in. Then they 3-0'd. Something similar going to happen here?
Yeah, I think they're actually going to 3-0 this time too, because just from watching that game, it just kind of makes me believe as well is that Cloud9 Tempest, they're kind of just a solo queue team. They're not really like a team. Like that's what I would say it. I mean, as harsh as it is to say, EG just has like they have the better ideas. They know how to make the plays. They know how to rotate, get vision control, all that jazz that you're supposed to do as a team. But it just seems like Cloud9 Tempest is playing way too passive, and they're just kind of waiting until something like all the plays that they made were desperate plays.
Alframu, do you have any differing thoughts?
I agree with Link that Cloud9 Tempest is really, they just aren't taking initiative in their play, and they aren't taking the opportunities that EG presents with their positioning mistakes or errors that they make, and they're just waiting for them to run them over.
Yeah, and in this game, Link, you were mentioning how the Jax versus Aurelia matchup swings so heavily on whoever gets the first kill, and we actually have a clip of the first kill. It was a double kill in the top lane, and after this, Inox was never the same.
Yep.
Just decided to destroy the game. If we can pull this clip up, I want you guys to talk to me about how this happened, because both junglers were in the position to gank top lane.
So Snoopy wants to gank top because the wave is piling, and it's really good to try to deny the wave. So Snoopy kind of takes this weird path and face checks into Kez and Yazuki. So right now they should win the 2v2 like Cloud9 Tempest, but Kez flashes forward into a Jax stun and gets insta-killed, and then Snoopy lives because he's Pantheon blocked. And because of this, and because he's Pantheon and they're Jax, they can easily dive the Aurelia under the tower 2v1.
Do you think Yazuki should have backed away at this point?
Yes, for sure. But he gets greedy and tries to make a really heavy play without Ignite, especially. And because of that, it's just going to snowball the Jax even more. And there's nothing that Aurelia can do at this point, because his tower is gone, Jax has TP and Pantheon ulti pressure, and because of this, Jax can just completely just roll the game.
It's interesting because we mentioned how Cloud9 Tempest probably has the better individual players, but it was actually Snoopy that got out of position there. Was that just a miraculous play by Inox and Snoopy together to make that happen, or was it just the misplays of Cloud9 Tempest up top?
Definitely the misplays of Cloud9 Tempest. They caught Snoopy face checking into a brush, and he should instantly die right there. And you shouldn't give up your positioning by flashing forward into the two people and then dying.
Yeah, definitely an unfortunate thing. And we were kind of talking about whether or not EG knows what to do with leads or not, because they did get a nice 5 kills in the blue buff jungle, and this was a nice play by Evil Geniuses. We can pull this one up as well. And Afro and Link, I kind of want you to both talk me through this. Why this went so one-sided for Evil Geniuses?
Jax has already snowballed ahead from top lane, so C9 is finally doing a desperate play right here where they're like, okay, we have to do something, guys. So I'll take Valks into Ori Ball right here, and Pobelter gets a good ulti on both of their carries, and then EG just really cleans up while Aurelia is trying to kill their backline.
You can really see the power of Jax right here. He just kind of, he just stuns everyone with Pantheon, and they just kind of kill whoever's in front of them.
Yeah, 8-0-9 is what Inox ended this game for on Jax. Is this going to be too much for Cloud9 Tempest to come back on, or do they still have a nice pull in this series? Because if they are the stronger individual team, they surely wouldn't make the 2v2 mistakes again. Once they're behind, it was very hard for them to come back strategically in this game.
So I think it's going to come down to drafting. But I believe that since EG is on purple side, they're kind of at a disadvantage. And Cloud9 Tempest really has to make sure that they get a really big advantage with their blue side first pick. And they can definitely do it just by watching the picks and the drafting from this game. Like EG led up Soraka, so it shows that they don't care about it. So maybe Cloud9 can take them by surprise by banning Jax on blue side and then maybe first picking Soraka or something like that. So both teams also don't play Lee Sin, which is a really good jungler. So it's kind of interesting to see how what will happen. So I really think that Cloud9 Tempest, if they want to come back, they have to make the first move with the draft.
Yeah, Lee Sin neither picked or banned. Obviously, Jax was first picked in this one, followed by the Soraka, and also an interesting jungler matchup with Eve going up against the Pantheon. You had some thoughts on that. as far as that matchup plays out? You wouldn't have necessarily wanted to pick Eve into the Pantheon?
Yeah, because when you're playing with Soraka, you generally want to really like an AD bruiser type of hero. So it's something better to pick something that like goes in and walks into their face, like Nocturne, Shyvana, and maybe it's partially because those Kha'Zix was banned, and maybe Kaz doesn't play Lee Sin as well, and Nocturne was banned as well. So it's kind of it shows that jungle picks kind of really do matter in this matchup between Snoopy and Kaz. So.
Yeah, and also moving towards the bottom lane, we were noticing how there was 388 CS on the Corki versus 248 on Pete's Lucian. Is that going to be a problem as the series progresses, Afro?
I think Tempest should really force 2v2s instead of 2v1ing, since they're really kind of lackluster at their team play. And I think their individual skill is much higher than EG's, and if they can actually force the standard play, then they might be able to come out with the series.
Yeah, so Tempest was on red side this game. They're going to be on blue next game. What do they have to do to force the 2v2 on blue side?
On blue side, normally most teams go bottom, but I think EG really wants to just 2v1, so maybe if they anticipate them doing the 2v1 top and just go top instead.
All right, so a little bit of guesswork, but they might be able to do it here. Thank you guys very much. But we got to flash away. We're just getting warmed up. When we return, it's game 2 for a spot in the LCS between Cloud9 Tempest and Evil Geniuses. Keep the browser where it's at.